Hey there, Aquarius, Aquarius Rising, and all of you Aquarius Moon people out there. This is your monthly tarot forecast for September 2021. And just a quick heads up, no, I'm not showing up on camera because I'm doing an expanded Celtic cross. There are a lot of cards here, and I want to make sure everyone can see them who wants to see them. And you can see me in all my other videos on this channel. We'll just do this for the monthlies. I do also want to remind you before we begin, if you're watching your rising sign horoscope, your rising sign is giving you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign may show up, and your moon sign horoscope is going to be giving you the less prominent yet still significant side story that is also playing out throughout the course of this month. And what we're going to do with this Celtic cross is we're actually going to look at the left-hand column first and get an appraisal of the month, a big top-down perspective. Then we're going to look on the right-hand column and look at money, messages, challenges, and love because, as you know, I said comprehensive in the title, and we're doing as many subjects as possible. We're not just going to fixate on one. And then we are going to look at the cross itself to see the story of September. So the bottom of the left-hand column, looking at you, and we're also looking at what's happening, how you're interacting with your environment, or what cues you're getting from your environment. We have the Knight of Swords reversed and the Seven of Wands upright. And this month, I see a lot of you Aquarius people going through a period where you're going to have to face certain needs that are not getting met by your social connections, whether these are deeper emotional needs or maybe even needs as far as your own desires, your own growth, your own intellect, and your ability to feel at home in the world. Now, that's I know that's all very lofty, high concepts there. But when we're talking about the Knight of Swords reversed, I'm actually seeing a chronic frustration or a chronic anger when it comes to things that you have been engaged in that continue to drain you, and yet you entertain them or you stay connected because you can't think of any other options. Coming up to be confronted and cleared. Because the Knight of Swords reversed is you, and the Knight of Swords reversed is talking about a lot of repressed frustration, a lot of repressed anger, a lot of repressed resentment that could be coming to the surface with a lot of different spaces in your life. And I feel a lot of it has to do with feeling oppressed by the limitations set by different social groups or different social arenas around you. Now this could be going on with family, it could be going on with the neighborhood, it could be going on with culture, this could be going on with work, but there's something going on where you're kind of getting ready to burst because of an inability to maybe be or bring your whole self to the table, or maybe you feel that the things that really matter to you, people can't go there with you. You kind of feel like you have to dumb yourself down or dim your shine or limit what you can actually bring to anyone. And yet at the same time, with the Seven of Wands upright, I see you actually finding an opportunity to transition to maybe a social affiliation, or maybe even start building a new sense of friendship, a new sense of fellowship, a new, more holistic connection with people that ultimately can. And remember, it's important to make sure that we don't get so angry or so frustrated by situations, like the Knight of Swords reversed is illustrating here, that we forget that we have permission to migrate in the direction of something more substantial, because there is this very strong opportunity for you to finally get something more substantial, especially if you have been finding yourself getting emotionally, psychically, spiritually drained, by a lot of the less capable or shallow or superficial or banal things that maybe you've had to deal with or endure. Maybe it's you were kind of doing it because that's all you could do, that's all that was around, and you'd rather that than nobody. I don't know what that's like, but because, I'm fine with cats, but this could be something that you get to adjust your trajectory for anyway. Because I'm seeing with the Seven of Wands, it's like we're approaching the unicorn. That horse is there to actually help you overcome some kind of obstacle, to really start whipping your social life, your social support system into shape, and get you into closer contact with those that you do resonate with on a deeply more profound level, a more soul heart-based level. and we're getting rid of all of the surface crap and the misunderstandings and the, intellectual starvation that may have been going on. As we get onto the hopes and fears category, right, we're talking about your primary concerns, as I often term it, or the bottom line of the month. You do have the King of Pentacles upright. And in spite of all the internal and social frustrations that may be going on, this is a month where you're actually getting a chance to start building your real sense of kingdom. You're getting a chance to finally start making a powerful mark on the world that is actually transforming your surroundings and your activities and the mark you make on that world in a huge way. Now, with the King of Pentacles, this could be a time where you are rising to a space where you are able to start influencing things to go from maybe a unhealthy or a dysfunctional space into something more healthy, because the King of Pentacles often way shows by comparison. Here's the positive thing. Now look what everyone else has been doing. The King of Pentacles could also be showing up as maybe an opportunity for you to leave something behind that has served you only to a point. And now you're getting a chance to work and, live and love more closely to those that you absolutely know are in your future self's, home territory, that really belong there. And yes, it's going to be an incredibly prolific and abundant month as well, because you're getting a chance to kick everything up a notch, and the resources and the material and financial backup will be there. In fact, as we close up the month, right, as we go to the culmination where we could be if we do the work, right? Watching a reading isn't the same as doing the work. If we do the work this month, we end up with the Ace of Pentacles upright as we transition into October. And you are actually starting to lay the bricks of that new home territory. You are starting to lay the first bricks of your new castle, your new kingdom. You are actually stepping into a huge new chapter of your life that is not only incredibly secure, but there is great longevity and there is great love, because I'm finding that this Ace of Pentacles is also talking about this sense of being able to feel like everything that you need, all of your needs, are truly getting met and understood and sustained. The nice thing about the Ace of Pentacles as well is that we are arriving at a new normal. We are arriving at a new consistency, something that is actually going to be not only very protective, but also something that is going to be a gift that keeps on giving. As we get on to the right-hand column, let's talk about money and wealth and your job and your finances and all of that good stuff. Household matters as well as it relates to practical affairs. You've got the King of Wands upright, and you are doing very, very well this month. You're becoming incredibly popular. In fact, you're in very high demand, and you may notice that reflected in your hours, in your sales, or anything where you are, putting your name out there. If you own your own business, I do see some of you who own your own business maybe finding that you are becoming a lot more well known, especially for some shifts that are going on, I guess you could say, in the climate around your business, or maybe the neighborhood or the town around your business, because the King of Wands is showing me a successful popularization of what you are really putting yourself out there for, what you are really working to help, what you are really working to bring forth into being. I am also seeing the potential for a very lucrative and very powerful collaboration going on. If you are, into the idea of teaming up with somebody, the King of Wands is showing somebody very highly capable and somebody who I don't think you guys would step on each other's toes, because I think that you kind of both run completely different worlds in this arena. And so everyone kind of has their space of expertise, and it's a really, really cool team up crossover episode, whatever you want to look at it as. For those of you looking for a new job, you may be thrown to the wolves because it's going to be very busy this month. And so you're going to get a good opportunity to start raking in the dough really, really fast. Just be careful. Like I said, you're going to want to maybe study up on some of your training at home as well. Because when I say thrown to the wolves, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it's going to feel very sink or swim right out the gate, because it looks like it's going to start off in a bit of a hurry. For the community, friends, relatives, and other people in your life, we have the Strength card upright. A very nice dovetail off the Seven of Wands next door that we talked about earlier. And with the Strength card upright, I actually am seeing a lot of you Aquarian people actually healing some kind of misunderstanding or strengthening or rebuilding a bond with a friend or somebody that you still have a lot of care for. It could be that there's nothing actually wrong or amiss in this connection. Some of you may be actually bridging with a friend, or creating a bridge with a family member. Some of you may actually be getting a chance to start seeing and interacting with somebody that the only reason this relationship or this connection has been a bit more quiet of late is just that, distance, time, availability, and things like that. But the Strength card is indicating some very powerful bonding going on. So it's not that you're just like leaving everyone behind. You're getting the best new people you need, and you are actually fortifying connections that you already know are worth more than their weight in gold and diamonds. And with the Strength card, I'm actually seeing sort of a new direction. You are taking an existing friendship, or maybe you are making friends as well with people you might have seen as rivals or competitors in the past, or people that you may have maybe not necessarily seen as enemies, but maybe even somebody that you had once, or maybe once upon a time you would have written off. It might not necessarily be somebody from your past. It might have just been, an impression, a type of person, a type of character, an archetype. And yet at the same time, you are building this new crew, and it does look like, yeah, you might actually give somebody, that fits that kind of description a seat at your new round table. As we get on to your challenge this month, you do have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. This month, we got the Knights reversed all around. Okay, so there is going to be a fair amount of frustration, but I think it has to do with this feeling of almost like your work is going to waste, or you're not necessarily, you're working really hard, you're getting a lot of wealth, or you're getting a lot of acclaim even, but it's almost like it's just not satisfying anymore. And again, this is not me bitching for you. I'm not opening up the floor to commiseration on your behalf, but the Knight of Pentacles reversed is calling for very much this need to alter course, or else it may be that we kind of hit our ceiling when it comes to our growth, when it comes to our work. The Knight of Pentacles reversed is asking you to pay attention to where excess work, excess achievement in things that aren't important to you, excess accomplishments, or excess accomplishment in areas that are actually antithetical to your true nature, or even, popularity and wealth that you can't even really enjoy because it doesn't touch your heart, are taking way too much time. Way too much time out of your life. Now, it's very different than, say, I'm falling out of love with the people I'm working for, or I'm not interested in that. If that were the case, we'd have the Knight of Cups reversed. This has to do with feeling as though we're just doing this all the wrong way. And this could also have to do with what you are working for, what you are striving for. And again, there could be a bit of an identity crisis there. Do not let yourself just try and push through this, because it's a bit of a trap. You do need to pay attention to where it's time to level up, change your work, change your style, change your approach, and maybe even adjust how people see you, so that you can actually stop being pigeonholed or trapped in some of these situations where it's like, objectively, yes, it's providing wealth, it's providing comfort, but emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually, there are some deficits. You're going to get a chance to turn it around. As we get on to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, I do have the Four of Cups reversed, and it does look like relationships are actually just taking a huge left turn when it comes to the course of things. Now, the Four of Cups reversed is indicating that this could be actually very welcome, very refreshing for a lot of you, especially if you have desired to start shaking up your status quo, left and right. I feel like a lot of you are getting a chance to indulge some ideals or some fantasies, again, sate some needs and some desires that maybe we just have not had the chance to do. It's not been available. It's not been something on the table. And maybe when it comes to relationships, we're finally getting a chance to start testing the waters there. And this could be something that also changes the direction of how a partner wants to maybe handle their own life, their own social life. Because I'm actually seeing partners also going into a space where they are changing a phase of life. And I don't see this as necessarily bad, but with the, Four of Cups reversed, this could be something that, you will need to pay attention to. It may be that maybe the last year or 2 years or 3 years, a partner has been kind of, living as a certain character, a certain person, not in a fake way, but they have evolved out of it. And now they're turning into something completely different. And this could actually be something that you want. This could be something that you're absolutely thrilled with. But we may also have to deal with the fact that, yeah, they're transforming. They're not who they were 2 years ago. And maybe a lot of their interests, their job, their friends, their likes and dislikes are also going to adjust accordingly. Like I said, this could actually be a lot of fun for you, though. This could be very stimulating. This could be very world opening, to go on with the demands that this reading is giving you. For those of you who are currently single or available to somebody new, I am seeing that you may actually see an option, or you may develop an attraction towards somebody or a type out of nowhere that you've never really felt that chemistry with before, or that pull to before. Because the Four of Cups reverse is like, this is out of your norm. And I'm not just saying like, oh, this is a type that you've never gone to, but you've always liked it. This would be like the first of its kind. They would be the first of their kind. Like, oh, you're the first, older person, or the first younger person, or the first tall person, or the first short person, or however you want to look at that. But the Four of Cups reversed is indicating like this is something that you are you're feeling this tug for a reason, and it may be something you want to explore, or at least give some earnest consideration before maybe trying to look for something a bit more familiar, tried and true. As we get on to the story of the month, we start the month off with the 10 of Pentacles reversed crossed with the 7 of Pentacles upright. And we start the month off with a bit of a crossroads. And with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, it does look like, yeah, there are some signs that an impending transition or an ending in an area of your life that has been considered a staple is being broadcast. Now, with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, this is a heads up. Remember, this is not all happening right now. This might not even happen this month. You might be hearing this and then somebody's going to be like, yeah, but we got till Thanksgiving, or yeah, we got till January, or whatever. But you are getting the heads up that an era is coming to an end, or a certain pillar or normal is coming to an end. And the 7 of Pentacles upright is emphasizing, no, this is not all happening right now, but it is time to pay attention to where we need to get ready to start working on the new thing, right? Start investing our time, energy, and resources into building our new space, our new pastime, our new home, our new social life. This may even be something that you do yourself, right? With that Knight of Swords reversed, the 7 of Wands, the Strength card upright, the King of Wands. You're probably like, look, things are going really well because I'm starting something new. And so I'm going to start getting ready to peace out. And maybe you're deciding you want to take your leave of certain connections, certain friendships. Maybe you're putting in your, a long-term notice somewhere. But the 10 of Pentacles reversed is, yeah, September is kind of beginning the end of maybe a chapter of your life that's gone on the last 2 to 4 years. And the 7 of Pentacles is encouraging it. Just make sure you take your time and make sure you are laying the groundwork properly with, what you are replacing it with. Because what brings this about is the 4 of Swords upright. And with the 4 of Swords upright, I feel that this just has to do with you getting done with a period where you feel like you've been just kind of idling and not really going anywhere. And a lot of the work that you may be putting in, to these relationships or this family situation or this work or whatever, is not yielding the results of the transformations that you desire. And so kind of like how your partner is sort of, entering a new phase of life and kind of turning things around if you have a partner at this point, you yourself will also be closing up a chapter or a phase of your life. And what's going away is the Fool card reversed, interestingly enough. And the Fool card reversed, I'm seeing is you're shedding your fears. If you've been afraid to maybe put yourself out there, or you've been afraid to contradict assumptions about yourself, or you have been afraid to take a certain area of your life in a direction you'd rather it go instead of doing it to please other people, or doing it because it's been rewarding in your history, or according to your personal data, the Fool card reverse is saying, well, now we're just dropping it. We're dropping a lot of the fear of the foreign, or the fear how something would be, or the fear how something would look, or what impression it would give on people, or whether or not we'd make it at all. Because it looks like you're going to be safe and secure. Don't take any stupid risks, right? Free will, personal accountability. But with the Fool card reversed, you're definitely getting a chance to see what life is like on the other side of the fence. And, there's no business being afraid of it anymore. As we get on to the back half of the month, we've got the Page of Cups upright and the Five of Wands upright. And it looks like you are getting welcomed to start palling around with people that are really upfront and really open with their affection, with their respect, and with their interest in you in all respects, right? So this could be, love, but I see this also in business. I see this in, of course, the platonic realm, friends, family, all around. And with the Page of Cups upright, there is a newfound revelation of the fact that there are people in the world that actually could and will love you and support you for being your true authentic self, instead of, again, doing maybe creating a self as a service to other people. Because the Knight of Swords reverse is saying we have to drop that habit, right? That's obviously what this month is all about fixing, whatever area of life that's been happening in. And with the Page of Cups upright, you may be getting a lot of gifts. You may be receiving incentives. You may be seeing people coming forward to help boost you with a lot of new things that you're sharing. And you may be even getting some invitations to join up in some very, very fun, very rewarding, and deeply needed adventures, deeply needed recreation, something that definitely will hit the spot. As we get on to the Five of Wands upright, though, at the end of the month, I am seeing an internal clash and an external clash happening. And this could have to do with you feeling as though you're entering a situation where a lot of plates that you've had spinning in your life are competing with each other for time and for energy, right? And we can't keep all of the plates spinning. Some of them are just going to fall on the ground and break. And the Five of Wands is indicating a very, very hectic end of the month. We've got to find a way to get things back under our control, see what must be left behind, see what needs to just kind of be downsized and simplified, because this whole month is about getting you into, your ideal homeostasis anyway. And you may find that a lot of your goals and ambitions that need equal amounts of energy and attention from you are now fighting for it. And with the Five of Wands, it's going to be time for you to make sure that you can change enough around yourself, your environments, and your commitments that the things that are most precious for you can actually have you and you them. So that is what I've got for you, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.